Yeah, no stress.
What's going on, everyone? My name is Joseph Reynolds, and today joining me is a UK prospect and Odunjo. Obviously, returns at Oktagon 39 in Munich ahead of that fight. How are you feeling for it, buddy?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. Training's been good. I feel like I've been prepared for a while for this one. So yeah, I'm just looking to show Oktagon what I'm about.
Yeah, and to get this opportunity in terms of the perform in Oktagon and get the chance to bounce back as well from your last bout, what does that mean to sort of have this fight and be able to bounce back?
I think Oktagon's a big platform, so it's nice to be on that platform. My last fight didn't go the way I wanted it to go. I made a few mistakes, and the guy capitalized. But I feel like right now I'm in a good place. To be honest, I felt like I was prepared last time as well, but I think I'm even more prepared now. So yeah, it means a lot to be able to bounce back on this platform and to show that I belong.
Yeah, and as well, obviously, even though the result didn't go your way, I'm sure there were a lot of things you could take away from that fight and then just the overall experience. But in terms of looking back on that fight, how do you feel it sort of helped you moving forward into this fight and then beyond that?
I think the main thing was to be on a big platform. Obviously, that platform was massive, big show in UK, and Oktagon will be the same. They've probably got bigger shows as well, in terms of the attendance that they have at their shows. So I think that's going to be the big takeaway. I don't really feel too much pressure when I'm in there anyway, but I feel like the experience is obviously a key thing in this game, and I feel like I'm racking up the points. I feel like I'm racking up the experience. I've got a decent level of experience, and I think that's going to put me through.
Yeah, and at the moment you take a look at your fights, I believe only one of them during your pro career so far has gone to a decision, and the rest you've been able to finish them. In terms of your fights being like this, is that something that you aim for, to go in there and get the quick finishes that you have, or is it just something that seems to just happen while you're in the cage?
I think they just happen. I always want to finish fights. I think that's one thing that I'm gonna try and do for the rest of my career. Always try and finish. Always go for the finish, because I feel like you're only truly better than someone when you do finish them, in my opinion. But of course, if it does go 3 rounds, then happy days. You know what I mean? But the finish is always what I'm trying to go for.
Yeah, then taking a look at the fact that you've got it's an Italian prospect, but in terms of taking a look at him, if you've been able to, what do you feel as though he brings to this fight, and so how do you see this fight?
Man, I haven't been able to find enough of him, to be honest. I've seen a quick finish, and I'm like, shit, cool. And then aside of that, there's not been much footage. I've seen some interesting stories about him online. That I'm not going to say too much about on here, but it is what it is. I'm ready. He'll be ready. And I believe that I'm going to dust him and put him away. That's the plan.
Yeah, and then as we mentioned a little bit in terms of the way you're able to finish your fights, and it still leaves, I'm sure, a lot that people haven't seen from you as of yet as a fighter. Do you feel as though there's still a lot to your game that people haven't been able to see yet, and does that play into your advantage a little bit?
Yeah, of course. I don't know what it is. I feel like I enjoy myself too much sometimes. I feel like the main reason I lost the last one was because of a lack of discipline to an extent. I didn't think I needed to rush my work. I feel like I did in that fight. But of course, there's a lot from me. I've got way more skills than I've shown. But in the end, I think so long as I keep it simple, I think I'll be too much for him in the end.
Yeah, and then you mentioned obviously to be happy in terms of fighting on a promotion like Oktagon, but in terms of sort of getting the win here and then looking ahead for the rest of the year, do you have any sort of goals that you want to achieve this year with Oktagon if you get the win here?
I just want to get some wins. I wanna fight on all of the massive shows that they have, build my experience, and hopefully have 4 fights this year. And then yeah, then I'll probably be looking at belts and things like that. But one step at a time. In the end, I'm 4-2. I need to get this win, so I take it a step at a time, win the rest of the fights, and continue to push through Oktagon. So that's the plan right now.
Yeah, and then the crowds as well that they have, they're always extremely loud. That it doesn't really matter who's out there as long as they're fighting, they seem really happy. But is that something that you like? Does it play any sort of effect when going into a fight? Or
I love it. I believe that you need to have a reaction from the crowd, whether that's a negative or positive one. I'm expecting to get booed because he's the German person, the hometown guy. So that's nothing to me anyway. Yeah, I just need to make sure I get a reaction. But I feel like once I get my jab going, I think they'll enjoy the style and they'll enjoy the fight.
100%. And then we also look at the UK scene at the moment, and the fighters that are coming out of there, and the surging rising prospects, and yourself included in that list in terms of being at the front foot sort of the generation that's coming through. But in terms of being a part of what could be one of the best generations we've seen so far in UK MMA, how does that feel? And then also just to sort of see the progression of the sport as well within the country.
Yeah, I'm loving the progression within the country. I think I'm enjoying the mainstream approach that is sort of getting in the mainstream attention. All the boys are doing well. In the UK, they're quite far ahead of me anyway. So it's nice to look up and see what they're doing. It's motivational. Obviously, champions as well coming out of the UK is another thing that's motivational as well. Not only UFC but PFL as well. So seeing it all just makes you hungrier, makes you believe that you can do it too. So yeah, learning from them, happy for them. So yeah, everyone's doing their thing, and I'm looking to be part of that as well.
100%. And then just one of the final few things for myself.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm sure the UK fans know the name, but if the Oktagon ones haven't heard it yet, what is it that they can expect to see from you in this bout and then any fight moving forward as well?
I'm entertaining. I always come to finish. I'm never in a boring fight. So they can expect finishes. I think that's the main thing. Expect finishes and expect entertainment.
There you go. That's everything from myself. If you'd like to take a chance, any sponsors, anything like that, obviously just feel free to go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to shout out my friends, my family, and my gyms, all my coaches that have helped me get to this point. My coaches have put a lot into me. My training partners have put a lot into me as well. So just thanks to everybody that knows me, that continues to support the journey. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
Well, that's everything from myself. Obviously, the Munich card and Oktagon is going to be a great show. Obviously, Odunjo is on there himself. I don't see the fight going out the first round, and I don't make predictions. I only do spoilers. So there you go. That's everything from myself. I appreciate your time. It's a good. I wrote that down before we started, buddy. I've got this on plan. But I appreciate your time today. Thank you very much, buddy.
No problem. Thanks for your time as well. Yeah, nice one.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Cheers.